The simplest explanation is that he made it to shore and was killed by the hazmat.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at the most mysterious photographs that stumped even the most diligent internet sleuths.
It's just a completely unearthly image.
The Mysterious Hand. Back in 2016, Belfast Live was sent a creepy photograph by a woman named Linda. Dated from 1900, it shows a group of female factory workers with their arms crossed. One of the women is Linda's grandmother, Ellen Donnelly, and over Donnelly's shoulder is what looks like a disembodied hand with clear, prominent fingers. This photo was quickly disseminated through the media, with Inside Edition calling it a, quote, mysterious ghost hand.
Check out those fingers resting on the girl's shoulder.
It even made its way to Snopes, but they were unable to properly debunk the photo. The likely answer is that the mystery hand resulted from a long camera exposure. The supernatural answer is, of course, well, we don't want to think about that.
So far, no one's confirmed either were ghosts, but the new Ghostbusters movie is coming out. Maybe they can weigh in.
The skunk ape. Every region has its own unique cryptozoological creature, and Florida has the skunk ape. As its name suggests, the skunk ape is said to resemble a walking ape, specifically an orangutan, and carries a horrible odor.
They got a smell. It's a definite odor. Smells like a wet dog or a goat, maybe.
It's essentially the Sasquatch of the East, and a stinky one at that. The most famous photo of the skunk ape is known as the Mayaka photo, and it depicts a large, black, and hairy creature with red eyes and sharp bottom teeth. The photo was taken by a Florida woman who noticed that a creature was stealing apples from her backyard. Believing it to be an escaped orangutan, the woman notified the police. However, the creature had escaped by the time they arrived.
There are a lot of people who've went into the woods around here and never came out.
The Grand Canyon Grim Reaper. This photo surfaced on Reddit in the early 21st century and has been the subject of much scrutiny ever since. The poster claimed that the photo, taken sometime in the 70s or 80s, shows his uncle standing on a rock ledge overlooking the Grand Canyon. What they didn't realize, until the photo was developed that is, was that a figure was standing in the foliage behind him. The person appears to be wearing a black cloak, looks much taller than a human, and very much resembles...
It's the Grim Reaper, dude! Oh.
The uncle and his friends who took the photo claim that they never saw the figure and were the only ones occupying that spot of the canyon. Anybody else have goosebumps? The Hampton Court Ghost. By the River Thames in the Greater London area is Hampton Court, a popular royal court palace dating back to the early 16th century.
Many have lived and died here. Small wonder then that it is often considered to be one of the most haunted buildings in Britain.
In the winter of 2003, security was continuously called to the palace's clock court as a fire escape door kept opening on its own. Upon looking at the security footage, they were met with a horrifying sight.
A figure, a rather strange, tall, spare figure, appears after the doors open and closes them.
What looks like a cloaked and skeletal figure can be seen opening and closing the doors. That very same day, a tourist had reported seeing a ghostly figure in the exact same area. If this is indeed a ghost, then the Hampton Court Palace needs an exorcist.
What's important, what's interesting, is not who closed these doors, but what opened them.
Michael Rockefeller. In November of 1961, 23-year-old Michael Rockefeller ventured into the jungles of modern-day South Papua and never returned. He was declared legally dead in 1964, and the common opinion is that he was killed by the natives.
Despite such an intensive search, nothing was found.
But that doesn't explain this eerie photo of a man who looks suspiciously like a bearded Michael Rockefeller spending time with the locals.
Is it possible this is Michael Rockefeller? Well, we don't know.
This footage was taken by a videographer hired by journalist Milt Macklin, who was investigating the disappearance in 1969. The photo was finally shared in the documentary The Search for Michael Rockefeller, inciting more than a few raised eyebrows.
The more you blow something up, the grainier it becomes.
The Hook Island Sea Monster. Located off the coast of Queensland, Australia, Hook Island is one of the beautiful Whitsunday Islands. It made international news in 1964 after a man named Robert Le Surec released a series of photos he took in Hook Island's Stonehaven Bay. The photos seem to depict a massive tadpole-like creature under the surface of the water. A small boat with a human passenger can be seen near the monster's tail, giving the photo a sense of scale. It is by far one of the most popular photographs in cryptozoology and has been widely discussed and theorized about for decades. The Cooper family photo. This is one of the most famous paranormal photographs circulating the web. Known as the Cooper family photo, it shows the family sitting by a table, having just moved into a new Texas home. To the right of the family is what appears to be a clear human body falling from the ceiling. Despite valiant attempts to debunk the photo, no clear consensus has been reached. If it's fake, it was likely staged by the family themselves, as the photo is poorly framed to include negative space for the body. Some have also theorized double exposure. Whatever the case, it is still creepy as hell. The extra hand. Back in 2013, Reddit hosted a thread about glitch in the Matrix events that its users had experienced. One of the most popular stories from the thread came from user The Forbidden One. They included a photo of 4 young boys, each of whom can be seen making a hand gesture. On the right side of the photo, between the shirtless boy and the one in black, is a mysterious hand giving a thumbs up. The hand obviously does not belong to any of the boys, and the poster claimed to have no idea who it belonged to. So how the heck did that mystery thumb come to be? Or do we even want to know?
I know exactly what you mean.
Desert monolith.
Numerous theories were put forth as to who might have created the so-called Utah monolith.
This is one mystery that we cannot believe hasn't been solved yet. In November 2020, the Utah Parks Department of Public Safety photographed and released an image of a metallic monolith found in San Juan County, leading to confusion and speculation of the object's origins. While internet sleuths and investigators were quick to determine the exact coordinates of the object and a rough time frame for when it appeared, there still is no explanation as to who is to blame for this object mysteriously showing up in the middle of nowhere.
Based on what it's made out of, it could have looked like that even, 50 years ago or more.
Okay. Who does this kind of stuff?
As quickly as this mystery began, however, it was reported just a few days after its discovery that the monolith had vanished, with the thieves stating that they were unhappy with the monolith bringing sightseers that had detrimental effects on the surrounding nature.
Cars and people everywhere, he says, hiking all over the place, even wandering up the wrong canyon, off-trail miles up a high-clearance 4x4 road.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. The photos of Chris Kramers and Lisanna Frone. Blank photos are not inherently scary, but they take on fear when context is taken into account. On April 1st, 2014, Dutch hikers Chris Kramers and Lisanna Frone went missing while hiking in Panama.
Official Panamanian conclusion: they fell off a bridge while crossing a river.
10 weeks later, a local woman found Frone's backpack and reported it to police. Inside was a camera, and investigators discovered 90 photos taken between 1 and 4 a.m. on the morning of April 8th.
Which are like something out of a horror movie.
Most of these photos are blank, having been taken in complete darkness. But a few show objects like a twig and the back of Kramer's head. Unfortunately, their bones were later found scattered on a riverbank, proving that the two had perished. The reason for the 90 photos is still unclear.
These photographs to me look like they were taken from inside a nightmare.
Do you think you can solve any of these mysteries? Let us know in the comments below. Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.